Western medicine cannot explain to me why I'm doing so well. Yet you and I see that we know for a fact the nutrition's getting to the molecular and cellular level in me.
Right.
I'm still sick, but I'm managing a life instead of deteriorating to pass.
Well,
That's incredible.
and the limited nutrition that you're getting is absorbed. It's absorbed better in the cells.
Yeah, giving me greater strength because of it. And
Because
better
the
immune system.
technology does affect the semi-permeable membrane in the cell, where it takes in nutrients more efficiently and it excretes the waste. Remember when I was learning acupuncture and some lady had a biopsy on her tongue and it was a massive infection, and Western medicine and antibiotics and everything wasn't taking care of it, and she started doing acupuncture, and I noticed that after she would do the acupuncture on this person, that the tongue would become redder, and she said it was due to the increased circulation, and it finally cleared up.
Interesting, because of sending good energy there
Well,
over time.
That's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes sense.
You know, sending better blood circulation, better energy, and obviously there's a better communication between these cells.
Absolutely, and we've
You know,
noted that from day one, have we not,
we
in our
have.
blood cell analysis?
That's right.
We've seen that when a cell becomes sticky, as they call it, you taught me and I've been educated to learn, cells become sticky, they pull energy and or whatever it is they're looking for to become whole on their own terms. There is no rhyme, there is no reason. They're going to do whatever they have to do to become whole. That's their goal, but they become sticky because there's no communication between the two.
Right.
And they almost become fused together because of the inability to become whole. When we added the technology to the blood cell analysis from the animals, we saw that. Immediately the cells were restructuring themselves.
That's right.
And pulling away and free-flowing, whole and healthy.
And there was a better communication between the cells.
Better communication. So you're suggesting or sharing with us today that a better communication in the cells can do what for us all
It
the way
certainly
around?
increase the blood flow, and it certainly can heal these areas.
Right on. And we know that blood flow is impressive to minimizing a lot of infections, a lot of disease, a lot of inflammatory issues, the arthritic issues that have come about, which many people have today. When we expedite blood flow, as nano and pico frequencies do when they're at the right frequency, you can see blood flow expedite anywhere between, the norm I understand is like relative to miles per hour is 40 to 60 when we're sitting calmly. It's suggested that if you're to go out and exercise or heighten your position, you go to 60 to 90. And they've suggested to us through a few different times at the beginning of our testing that we were seeing blood flow almost 200 miles an hour, which was eliminating inflammatory cells from the blood just because of it free flowing and going into those capillaries and opening them up, moving out the inflammatory cells, getting free blood flowing through those capillaries, de-stressing the ligaments and the joints, and people were feeling it quickly. Remember Chris Lieben? Chris Lieben, 6-time UFC champion. And Chris Lieben, he suggested to us that doctors knew this, that he would have to put his hands underwater for 20 minutes every morning to warm them. Remember, he said this to us. He put the technology on, and in 72 hours comes back and he has free-flowing hands, and the thermal images showed that as well. Today, he's had a baby just recently, and he gets to hold his baby without his hands going under hot water. Could you imagine what that would mean alone? I know what that means. Here we are today, 4th generation.
That's right.
20,000 times more powerful than the original.
And the thing is, it's measurable. I mean, through the thermographs.
Right.
I mean,
and blood cell analysis.
And blood cell analysis.
Biomeridian machines, which are FDA regulated.
That's right.
We also have the Geiger meters, which shows all of the dirty energy in your home and then shows it protecting against that. We've done those cellular tests. So it's, we're the only company out there that's showing real science.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong on that?
No, you're
Worldwide,
right.
I can't find it.
No. A lot of them are making claims, but they don't even know. They're not even their claims.
Well, how many people have been stealing our information for the last 8 years?
Well, they're going to be stealing our information, but our product is
because we're
superior
leading
to their product.
That's absolutely.
I mean, we've been playing around with the scalar energy and the range, and we are able to really hit those cells at the pico level.
Absolutely. At the pico level, different than the nano. We still have the nano level, but we also have a pico level. And today in science, both of us in our due diligence, we're only recognizing that they're still working in nano. Not too many
That's
people
right.
have advanced to pico, and yet we have 5 years at pico.
That's right. And
It's
that's the
exciting.
atomic and subatomic level.
Right. Really is interesting. And that when it reaches that cell and molecule, like you said, boy, it's made learning so much fun.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, that's where most of the metabolic processes take place in our body.
Explain that a little
And
more.
we're hitting it, we're hitting the atoms. We're hitting it, before it goes into that Krebs cycle. And
What's a Krebs cycle?
I knew you would ask me that. That actually metabolizes the energy in the cell
All right.
for energy.
Excellent. Perfect. And so science absolutely acknowledges that energy is relative to every molecule in
it
every
does.
cell.
But the thing is, even in the news now, it's a lot of treatments for a lot of diseases. They are hitting the nano and pico levels.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. I mean, we're putting together those clinical trials
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about where we at.
on those. Well, we're getting closer. We're writing the grants. We have the doctors to do it.
Okay.
We're going to be putting it on cancer patients with neuropathies.
Awesome.
And after that, we'll be putting it on some diabetic patients with neuropathies. So we
Excellent.
should get some nice data out of that.
Excellent.